thought I'd fly a Tahitian airline between two city pairs that aren't even remotely tropical, but today is the day, my friends. Anyway, my name is Scott, and I'm here at the Tom Bradley International Terminal at LAX checking in for Air Tahiti Nui flight number 8 to Paris. What do you suppose they'll let me change my final destination to Tahiti if I ask really nice? Remember when the Tom Bradley International Terminal was just a long dark hallway with limited seating and fluorescent lights? Thankfully, those days are long gone, and it's hard not to think that this might be the best airport terminal in all the world. That didn't make me feel any better about flying to Paris instead of Tahiti, though. Today's flight to Paris is on one of the last A340s in the Air Tahiti Nui fleet, and as a matter of fact, this route was switched to a 787 just 10 days later. Tragic news for AV geeks such as myself, but really good news for the growth and longevity of this airline. No matter which one of these self-boarding machines I plan to use today, I can pretty much guarantee it'll be the one that hates me the most and eats my passport. All I can say is that it's a good thing I'm going to be dead long before machines start becoming intelligent enough to outsmart me, because my plan of waiting to see which was the friendliest before proceeding worked like a charm. Standing here at the boarding door was making me wonder if this was the last A340 I'd ever fly on. There aren't many left in the world, that's for sure. Anyway, seeing the beach scene painted on the wall eradicated the A340 thoughts and replaced them with a not-so-subtle reminder that I was headed to a place where palm trees would die an agonizingly painful death if left outside for more than a day. Prior to stepping on board this aircraft, I had never once seen a picture of an Air Tahiti Nui A340 economy class cabin. But you know what? This is exactly what I imagined it would be like. The generous legroom did surprise me though. Not bad at all. Another thing that surprised me was this amenity kit. That generosity, combined with the large and thick blankets, was starting to make me think that I was setting my expectations far too low. For an economy class amenity kit, it was well stocked with the usual goodies. Yeah, a packet of palm tree seeds would have been thoughtful, but who am I to complain when I only paid $300 for this flight? For that kind of money, I would have expected that they'd be asking me for an amenity before stepping on board.
D'évacuation, vous devez laisser tous vos bagages dans l'avion. The 8 emergency exits on this aircraft line indicate even an exit sign at the front, in the center, and at the back.
Because I was in an aisle seat with no view to the outside world, I had a quick look at the video entertainment system as we taxied out to 25R for departure. It was alright, but you know me, I would have much preferred having my nose pressed to the window. Okay, so I figured that doing a Lou review immediately after takeoff would be wise since I'd be smart to avoid the rush. Little did I know, that was a very bad decision. Why? Well, while I was in there acting nerdy, the flight attendant started the snack service, trapping me all by myself in the rear galley. It wasn't my proudest moment. made it back to my seat 25 minutes later, and just look at me keeping up the appearances of being a stone-cold trip reporter who doesn't let anything faze him. The truth was that I was really ashamed, and I was thanking my lucky stars that I made it back in time for the start of the lunch service. Well, you know, what can I say about the meal? Considering that I only paid $300 to be safely whisked halfway around the world in 10 relatively short hours, it was decent, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what's more impressive about this shot. Is it the fact that the cabin temperature was so cold that everyone had to wear sweaters and heavy jackets? Or the fact that so many people brought sweaters and heavy jackets on board a Tahitian airline? We're just 2 hours from Paris now, and I'm waking up from my frozen anti-slumber not exactly in the mood for breakfast. A raging campfire on a warm tropical beach is what I needed more than anything at this moment, but instead, all I got was a mildly reheated tray of eggs. Sorry, I was so ridiculously cold that I didn't even notice that this footage was out of focus, so let's try this again. That's it. Much better. The flight attendants are coming through the cabin with pre-landing snacks now, and this is a good spot to wrap it up and tell you what I thought about my first Air Tahiti Nui experience. Other than the fact that I nearly froze to death and we didn't land in Tahiti, I actually walked away from this flight impressed. The cabin crew was on point with friendly and attentive service, the food was decent, and the amenity kits were a really nice surprise. As far as I'm concerned, Air Tahiti Nui is absolutely worth it if the price is right. Just make sure you bring warm clothes.